Most men think confusion in dating comes from mixed signals, bad timing, or bad luck. In reality, it usually starts much earlier, with language that quietly reshapes expectations. You remember the moments waiting longer than you wanted, second guessing yourself, feeling unsure without knowing why. Those feelings didn't appear randomly. They were triggered by small words that sounded harmless but carried weight. Once you see how those words work, your past experiences suddenly make sense. Language is one of the most powerful tools in human psychology because it frames how we interpret reality. In dating, words don't just share information, they set emotional rules. A single word can create uncertainty, delay decisions, or shift responsibility without either person explicitly agreeing. This isn't about manipulation or blame. It's about understanding patterns so you stop reacting automatically. When you recognize how language shapes leverage, you regain the ability to choose your response calmly. The first word is busy. Most men hear it as a logistical issue, assuming stress, work, or exhaustion. Psychologically, busy often functions as a priority filter, not a schedule report. The trap is over accommodation, where you lower your needs to appear patient and supportive. Many men misread this as maturity. A grounded response is simple. Don't fill the gap. Maintain your pace, invest where effort is mutual, and let availability reveal priority. The second word is maybe. It sounds open-minded, flexible, and considerate, which is why it's effective. In practice, maybe suspends momentum while keeping emotional access intact. The trap is waiting in uncertainty, believing patience will earn clarity. Most men interpret maybe as progress when it's actually a pause. A self-respecting response treats maybe as incomplete. You continue your plans, avoid hovering, and allow certainty to be her responsibility, not your burden. The third word is friend. This word isn't an insult, but it is a category. Psychologically, it defines boundaries around attraction while preserving emotional comfort. The trap is emotional overinvestment, where you give time, support, and presence hoping it changes her perception. Many men misinterpret closeness as momentum. A healthy response is to rebalance energy, reduce emotional labor, redirect focus to your life, and only offer intimacy where attraction and effort are reciprocal. The fourth word is soon. It sounds hopeful, forward-looking, and reassuring, which is why men hold on to it. Psychologically, soon delays action while preserving interest without commitment. The trap is living in a promised future instead of the present. Most men rate it as intention. A grounded response requires clarity through action. You stop waiting on vague timelines, step back, and allow real plans, not words, to determine where you invest attention. What connects these words isn't manipulation, it's uncertainty. Uncertainty increases emotional investment when you respond without awareness. The human brain wants resolution, so it fills gaps with hope and effort. When you chase clarity, you give leverage away. When you stay centered, uncertainty loses its power. This shift isn't aggressive or cold. It's quiet confidence. You're no longer reacting to language. You're observing patterns and choosing responses that protect your time and energy. Emotional regulation is the skill that separates reaction from leadership. Feeling disappointed, confused, or interested is normal. Acting impulsively on those feelings is optional. Each of these words tests whether you can stay steady when things are unclear. Men who lead themselves don't demand reassurance or punish ambiguity. They simply adjust behavior. When your emotions don't dictate your actions, interactions become clearer, calmer, and more honest without confrontation or pressure. Think about how many situations changed once you stopped over-explaining, over-waiting, or over-giving. The dynamic shifts when your life continues forward regardless of uncertainty. You don't withdraw to provoke interest. You withdraw to stay aligned with yourself. That distinction matters. Clarity isn't created by asking the right question. It's created by consistent behavior that communicates standards. This is where attraction and respect often re-enter naturally. If this perspective is helping you see past situations more clearly, take a moment to support the channel. Like this video so it reaches more men who need clarity. Subscribe if you value calm, practical insights on psychology and self-leadership. And if one of these words has shown up in your life, leave a comment with your experience or question. Awareness grows faster when we learn from real situations together. Leadership in dating doesn't mean control over someone else. It means control over yourself. When you stop chasing certainty, you become consistent. When you stop negotiating your standards, you become grounded. Women, like all people, respond to clarity because it feels safe and real. You don't need to convince anyone of your value. Your boundaries communicate it automatically, without speeches, ultimatums, or emotional explanations. Boundaries aren't walls, they're filters. They allow compatible behavior in and let confusion fall away. Saying less, waiting less, and reacting less doesn't reduce connection. It improves it. The goal isn't to avoid rejection, but to avoid self-abandonment. Every time you choose alignment over anxiety, you reinforce self-trust. That internal stability is what changes how others interact with you over time. Busy tests how you handle priority. Maybe tests how you handle uncertainty. Friend tests how you manage emotional investment. Soon tests how you relate to the future. None of these words define your worth. They reveal how you respond when things aren't clear. When you stop personalizing ambiguity, you stop losing energy to it. The pattern breaks the moment you remain steady instead of reactive. The real shift happens when self-respect replaces validation, clarity replaces hope, and leadership replaces reaction. You don't need better words from someone else. You need stronger alignment within yourself. If this message resonated, subscribe for more grounded perspectives, like the video to help others find it, and comment below with what stood out to you most. When you master your responses, relationships stop feeling confusing and start feeling intentional.